Good morning and welcome to another video on what sold on eBay. So I am packing up this pair of Dansko sandals in great shape, as you can still see. Hardly any wear at all. None of the tread has been dragged off the heels, which is always important in my opinion to look for. And then those sold for $15, which I paid $1.59 for them. So that's pretty decent profit. Another item that sold was this Under Armour quarter zip pullover. I paid probably 75 cents for, sold it for $10. This is a hook bucket hat. It was brand new with tags. I paid $8.99 for it and sold it for 20 bucks. Another item that went out this week was a Torrid women's t-shirt that was highly distressed. When I purchased this at the bins, I didn't notice that it had a tiny hole at the bottom, and obviously disclosed that like pretty heavily in the title and in the description. But I figured since that it was already a distressed t-shirt that maybe it didn't matter too much. And also I know that Torrid clothes are pretty expensive. So I put a price of $4.99 on this, and it sold for $4.99 like almost immediately. So I paid, roughly like 75 cents for it, sold it for $4.99. That's not too bad. Here's another item that I sold for $4.99. So this was a Pablo Picasso reproduction piece done by Topps, which if you aren't familiar, Topps is the pretty popular trading card brand. Yeah, I'm not really sure that there's too much value, but for the right person, it probably could kind of be a collectible. Also, this piece, due to the fact that, obviously it's kind of like out of copyright, a lot of people are just printing these things off and reselling them or selling them as like a digital print. So, the market is flooded with this piece. However, this piece had nice coloring to it, unlike some of these digital copies. And it also came in this really cool, hard plastic molded frame that was made to fit. It's kind of considered a miniature piece, and it sold fairly quickly for $4.99. The next item that I sold was a 2-pack of ink. So that sold for $18.99. I paid $4 for each cartridge, which was bad on my end. It was kind of a flub up. I did make a couple bucks, but not a huge sale. But we're gonna go hit the thrift store today, so stick with me and I will show you what's going on. We're at one of my favorite Goodwills, and we're in the game and puzzle section, and I immediately see this board game here. Now, this game actually does have some really good comps on eBay. It kind of ranges, depending on the brand, anywhere from like $20 to $60 resale value. I also found this alphabet magnetic alphabet set from Melissa and Doug. Now this isn't really that much of a find, but this Schitt's Creek puzzle goes for about $20 on Amazon. And then I came across this liquid blue American flag t-shirt. Now liquid blue is kind of a brand that you want to look out for. It does have good comps. I did not pick it up though because I'm just kind of like overwhelmed with clothing right now. I saw this nice Scooby-Doo match game, but you probably can't tell from the camera angle, but some of the pieces were like squashed in there. So I left that behind. Kind of looking for a blender right now. And then I saw this Jenny doll. Jenny used to be something to pick up. Some Jenny dolls do have good comps, but the market is kind of flooded with them. So you're probably going to sit on something like that for a while. Over at the media section, they were pretty loaded with media. And then this caught my eye, this George R.R. Martin book set, The Game of Thrones. This sells for about $40 on Amazon. Goodwill had a price of $10. And this is on the other side of the media set. They had a bunch of newly wrapped 8-track. The only one that I kind of thought might be worth it was the Chicago one. I took a look at some of these audiobooks. Kind of an unknown author to me, so but yeah, they had a lot of audio. That was a very good haul at Goodwill, so let me briefly go over what we found. For starters, this Patagonia shirt for $4. It's green, size large, so that's nice. I've been looking at a lot of audiobooks, and you can find a lot of audiobooks sealed. This, I think they charged me $2.49 for this because it's technically like a CD or something. I've seen crazy comps on this, but I'll probably just price it maybe like at $20. This is not a huge pickup, but sometimes I'll pick up like something just to have like an additional sale. So this is a Melissa and Doug alphabet set. They're magnetic, and this was $1.99. And this was my biggest find in there. Game of Thrones complete set, still factory sealed. So let's go see if we can find anything else. Now we're at the DAV, and this place is a little crazy, so let's go see what we can find. We're in the DAV thrift store, and I come across this Lego folder. They're like school folders, and I've never seen anything like this. I ran comps on both Amazon and eBay for this item, and none of them had sold. So I did end up tossing those back. They do have an extensive game section. However, I have never found anything here that's been like worth my time. And when I say my time, I mean, like for instance, this here, comps super low. A lot of times the pieces are missing and stuff, so I just don't even bother. Now we're in the clothes section. And it's kind of like the Goodwill bin style of things, where everything new that comes in is just tossed in this bin, and you can dig through it and pick out things that you might want. Nothing as far as clothing is tagged in here. At the end, I did kind of like figure out the price per item is like right around $2.20 or something like that. These were an interesting pair of corduroys, very vintage, pleats, high waist. I did throw those in my cart. I couldn't find any comps on them though, so I did unfortunately just throw them back. This particular bin that I was digging through was kind of a dud bin. It had already been picked through pretty heavily, but I did come across this fake Carhartt shirt, Now notice that the tag is one of those cheap, like Shein or made in China type tags. None of the tags even said anything about Carhartt, nothing. You can tell that the fabric looked super cheap. So be careful, there are fake Carhartts out there. This is one of my favorite aisles in the DAV. It's the knick-knack aisle. They do have a lot of ceramics and cute little, see, like this unicorn. I think this is priced at 95 cents. Pretty golden hooves. And if I remember right, because I have like done some pottery and stuff, any metallic item is kind of hard to fire. So that was kind of cool to see. This is a bank. It was like this vintage Adventureland bank. They do write their prices on everything though, so usually you can get it off, but I'm sure there's an occasional time when you just can't. Kind of a cute sign there. As you can tell, the DAV does do things a little bit differently, but you know, you have to realize that things are going to be priced cheap, so you have to be kind of open-minded when looking for things. I did find some cool pieces though. In total, I spent $11, and you're not going to be able to see these completely, but these are a pair of REI hiking pants that zip off at, like, to make shorts. So, and those are a size 4 petite, and they're women's. So that's a good find. The next item I found was a Nike Nebraska football jersey for little boys. This is a size 6. I typically don't pick up little kids' clothes. They're just not profitable for me, but I decided to take a chance on that one. The next item I found, which seemed like it was in pretty good shape, it does have, I do need to wash this, but this is a woman's Nike running quarter zip long sleeve. This is a Lululemon tank top. I don't know the size, but that's always a fun find. And last but not least, and I think this is a men's, but it was in the women's section. This is a brand called Rad. R-A-D. It's not that familiar in the United States. I think it's more of like a European brand, but comps are pretty decent. Hopefully I'll at least be able to get 20 bucks out of it. So anyway, that's all I bought. So let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 11 divided by 5. So that makes it like a little bit more than $2 per piece, which isn't bad at all. So hopefully I can double my money and call it a day. Thanks so much for watching, guys. You have a great day yourselves, and I will see you later. Bye.